Hello there, my name's Claire and this is Stitch Sew. Thank you so much for joining me today for episode 8 of Friday Sews. Today I'm going to be talking about some things that I've been making, some stuff that's come through the post, some Instagram challenges that I'm taking part in, and my plans for the week ahead. So if that interests you, please stick around with me today. Before I get started, as usual, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has been watching my videos, all of the people that have liked and commented and subscribed. I really do appreciate every single one of you, so thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you hear about all my future videos. I'm really sorry I wasn't around again for last week. I had a really busy week at work, and I usually pre-record on the Wednesday or Thursday night for Friday Sews, but things just didn't quite work out. So I had planned that I would film on Friday and then edit and upload on the same day. However, Storm Eunice in the UK had different plans for me. All the schools in the county in which I live in were closed, and so my son was at home, and so therefore we were homeschooling again for the day, and it just wasn't going to work out. And then later on in the day we had a power cut for about 8 or 9 hours, so it just wasn't meant to be. So thanks for coming back with me today, and let's see what I've been up to. So my first make is the Jessie coatigan, which is a pattern by Sew Over It. Now I first found out about this pattern from watching Liz, the Baker That Sews channel. Liz has got a fantastic channel. She is a really prolific sewer. She sews things up so fast. I don't know how she manages to do it. And she's so creative. Liz is a teacher, and so she often sews things that will help inspire her children, things to do with books or themes that they're doing. So she's great fun to watch. Please do check out her channel. Anyway, as I say, I was watching her channel and she'd sewn up the Jessie coatigan, and it got me thinking. So I found some fabric from Pound Fabrics as some toile fabric. Really, it was a super cheap fabric. I've spoken about it on a previous vlog. It was about £2 a metre, so super cheap, and I just thought it would be the perfect thing just to try the Jessie coatigan. You'll see it up there in the background, and I'll also put some photos up for you. On the whole, I think it's come out really well. I think I did pretty good in terms of some pattern matching, and the fit's pretty good. I wasn't particularly happy with the fact that I'd chosen not to use the fabric for the pocket bags, and stupidly I've chosen a really quite obvious print for the pocket bag. I'll get that down in a minute so that I can show you. And it does kind of flash and show it sometimes, which I'm not overly happy about. So I might well take the pockets out and put some darker pockets in, or even possibly the fabric that the coat was made out of. But I was a bit worried about doing that because I didn't want them to be, it was quite thick, and I didn't want them to be sort of bulky and sort of stick out. So yeah, maybe I should have just done some black pocket bags or something so they were less obvious. Bear with me and I'll get the coat down. Okay, so here is my Jessie coatigan, and as you will see, I've done the pockets in this really fun animal print, which I really like the pocket bags themselves, but I don't like how it looks with the coat. That wasn't my greatest choice there, but hey ho, we live and learn. And so yeah, I think it would be better if I'd just done it in this fabric, or just in a black or a red cotton fabric. So yeah, lesson learned for another time. But yeah, really happy with it. The pattern as a whole, I thought the instructions were pretty good. I did think the photographs that they'd used within the pattern were quite poor. They'd used a sort of zigzag the fabric, and it wasn't, the photos weren't overly clear. So I managed okay with the word description, and by looking at the photos as much as I could. but I am very much a visual learner, so I do really appreciate either diagrams or photographs or a combination of to help me along with trying to figure out instructions. So yeah, that would be my one comment on the pattern itself. But other than that, the general gist of the pattern came together really well. I didn't really have any problems with sewing up the pattern, so I definitely recommend this one. On the whole, I'm really pleased with the coat. It's not a fabric that I'm absolutely in love with, as I've said before in a previous video, but I think it has come together quite nicely, and I'm pretty pleased with the outcome. And I do think I'll probably give it a wear or two, and I'll definitely be looking to sew this up again in a different fabric, but I'll probably wait now until sort of the autumn time to give it another whirl. The next make is something for my son, my older son. He has got World Book Day at school next week, and I had bought some fabric in preparation to make something for him. He wanted to have a space themed outfit. At his school they don't do dress up as a character from a book, they do dress up as a word, and so he's chosen space. So the pattern that I've used is my old faithful Waves and Wild hot chocolate pattern, and I've sewn up this hoodie for him. It's got the kangaroo pocket, it's got ribbing on the cuffs and the hemband, and then I've just done the pocket from a French terry fabric. This is a fabric that I used a few months ago to make a jumper for my husband, so that was good to be able to use up a little bit of scrap from that. And the fabric for the main jumper is just a fleece fabric. Again, I bought this from Pound Fabrics, I think it was £5 a metre, and I managed to squeeze this jumper out fairly easily actually. There was a few scraps left, no sort of big scraps, but certainly a few sort of scraps that I might be able to use for little crafty type projects and things. So yeah, this came together really easy. I've made this pattern a number of times now, as you'll know if you watch my channel, and there'll definitely be more to come because it's just such a good pattern for both of my children. You can sew it up with the crew neck, which I've done a number of times as well. You can make it into a dress option. There's a cowl neck option as well if you want to go down that line, and they also do this pattern is the hot coffee pattern, which is for which they do for ladies and men as well. So it's a super duper pattern. I can't really rave about it enough, quite frankly. Another thing I whipped up just to go with his World Book Day outfit is this hat. I used a tutorial on YouTube from Melly Sews, and it's just a beanie hat, and again I've used some of this constellation fabric that I use for a jumper for my husband, and this came together in about 10 minutes, super easy, super quick, and I'll link all the details in the description below. So with his World Book Day outfit, we're planning on making some sort of planets and space creature things to attach somehow to the hat, or I'll make a band out of cardboard or something, and yeah, hopefully that will all come together quite nicely and he'll be happy with it. I've also been working on a couple of gifts this week, however I can't show you those today because I'm yet to gift them, and so I will talk to you about them more in a video in a couple of weeks time. Another thing that I've been working on is a toile for the collab project that I'm doing with Adele from Sewyellowforendo, which will be coming out in about the middle of March. So I've just been working on a toile for that one as well. I just did sort of part of the garment to try it out, and there are definitely, I'm glad I did that because there are a few tweaks that I think that I'd like to make, just, you know, to adjust for my bust and things like that. So yeah, definitely worth doing a trial for that one. Something I can show you, however, are the slippers that I have made. I used a tutorial that the lovely Adam from Adam Sews did just a number of days ago, and these are the twig and tail Wayfarer slippers. They might be called indoor shoes. I'll pop it the description below. These came together. I didn't look in the instructions at all. I just followed Adam's tutorial for this, and they've come together super duper quick. I've just used scrap fabric. Inside it's got some of the fleecy fabric that I used for the jumper, and this is some fabric that I used to make a jumper for my mum previously, and on the bottom I've just used some cord corduroy fabric because that's what I had in my stash. You'll see that I've been wearing them. They're a little bit grubby on the bottom. These are really lightweight because of what I've made them from, but I guess they're always going to be reasonably lightweight unless you make them out of a really sort of chunky fabric. They feel kind of a bit like having socks on, these particular ones, because they're so lightweight, but obviously not as coming up high up as a sock. But I'm really chuffed with them. So Adam, thank you so much for doing the tutorial. He spoke about making some of these in one of his videos, and then I put in the comments, can you do a tutorial please, which he very kindly did very soon after. I think other people requested the tutorial as well, so it's not just me. But yeah, super chuffed with these. So thanks Adam. Another item that I've been working on recently is a knitting project. Now I won't talk about it too much because I know not all of you are here for that sort of content, but I previously made this bear for my youngest son, and my mother-in-law saw this bear and wanted one for her partner's grandchild, and so I said yes, of course I'd make one. So this is my son's one because the other one has been gifted, but they are pretty much identical, although this one is a little bit chubbier than the one that I gifted, because I think I slightly overstuffed this one. He's a little bit on the chunky side, a bit like me, and so yeah, he's so cute. This is a Sadar pattern. I'll link all the details in the description box below if you are interested. It's using this gorgeous wool. It sews up and it looks like fabric rather than wool. I think they're gorgeous, and they also do like a panda version as well, black and white one. So at some point I think I'll probably have to make one of those for my older son, because he is a massive cuddly toy fan. I don't think that will ever change, because both myself and my husband are too. So yeah, we've definitely bred children that like soft toys too. Okay, so I think I've showed you everything I've made since my last Friday Sews video, so I thought I'd just tell you about a few things that I've been buying, and the first little batch, the first little haul if you like, is from So Much More. They are a shop based in Tavistock in Devon, and I have seen them on Instagram lots, and I couldn't resist buying a few little bits and pieces. I haven't gone mad, just a few little gifts. It came beautifully wrapped in tissue paper. It had this lovely little note there from Jess from So Much More, and yeah, thank you very much for that. So the first thing was some Kylie Machine labels, which just say handmade on. I love putting a label in. I don't put a label into everything. Sometimes I just make a label out of like the fabric itself, just to, you know, to know the back of the garment, particularly if it's for one of my children and they don't want anything kind of scratchy or anything like that. But yeah, I really like sewing in a label. I think I might pop one of those into my Jessie coatigan, because I haven't actually put a label in that one. Next up, I picked up a remnant from Jess from So Much More, and it's this lovely little jersey fabric. I think it was a 50cm remnant with some dinosaurs on, and I'll probably just knock that up into a t-shirt or a long sleeve top or something for my youngest. And then I picked up just some black ribbing fabric just to have in my stash. It's always useful. It's something that I get through quite a lot, ribbing fabrics, and so yeah, I just needed to top up with that, so that's always handy. And then the next fabric is a bit of a sneaky peek for my Sewyellowforendo challenge that I'm taking part in. That has been run by Jess, different Jess from So What If I Sew. Sewyellowforendo is a challenge helping to raise awareness for endometriosis. I spoke about it in my last Friday sews. It's a challenge being run in March, and the idea is to make something that's yellow. Use that hashtag Sewyellowforendo. There's the opportunity to make a donation, however big or small, to Jess's Just Giving page, which will all go to Endometriosis UK, I believe is the name of the charity, but again I'll link it below. I think it's Endometriosis UK, and so that is the 26th of March. I didn't know the date in my last video, so I said that I would post that, well, let you all know about that, so that yeah, it's the 26th of March to pop your pictures up onto Instagram, obviously tagging in Jess as well. And I know that she's got a few sponsors, few prizes available for that one, which I'm sure just kind of randomly picked again. So yeah, do check out Jess's YouTube channel and her Instagram, and there's all sorts of information on there. She'll also be doing various different interviews and things with people who have endometriosis, and yeah, it's a really interesting one. I think she's also doing something to do with a fabric sort of de-stash, if you've got anything you're wanting to de-stash, and then donating the any profits to endometriosis and her Just Giving page. So as I said, I've picked up a fabric to take part in that one, and it is this gorgeous viscose fabric. It's a little bit creased because I've pre-washed it now, but yeah, it's this sort of mustardy yellow colour viscose, and I think that will make a gorgeous top. I haven't decided which one yet. I've picked up 1.5 meters, so hopefully that will be enough to sew up a lovely top with that fabric. And today I've just picked up a couple more fabrics whilst I was out shopping. I've picked up 1 meter of fleece fabric, black fleece, which I'm going to use, I think, in as part of a hoodie and things for my older son, and there'll be plenty left over for other things at another point. And then I just picked up 2 cotton fabrics. This one has got sort of gardening things on. I don't know what I'm going to do with these 2 fabrics. They are both 1/2 meter in length. They're a oh, what do you call it? Quilting cotton weight. Sorry. Oh my goodness. So yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, I picked that up because I've got a few people, family members, who are proper into gardening, so I thought at some point I would find a lovely use for that one. So that was lovely. And this one, I just couldn't resist this one. I just thought it was gorgeous. Again, no idea what I'm going to do with it. I love those colours. It just, you know, when a fabric just shouts at you. Again, it was a, you know, a remnant piece, 1/2 meter, and yeah, I love it. I think it's gorgeous. So I've spoken to you now about the Sewyellowforendo challenge, but I'm also taking part in March in the Sew Frugal 22. I spoke about it briefly in my last video. I've got a little bit more information for you now, so I just thought I'd update you. So if you haven't already found out about Sew Frugal 22, it's a challenge that ran last year. Last year it was called Frugal Frocks. The idea is that you sew up a garment. So last year was sew up a dress using a free pattern, using fabric from your stash, sew it up in the month of March, and then post it on Instagram at the end of March. This year is slightly different. They've made it a little bit more open in terms of what you can make. It's any garment, not an accessory. It needs to be a garment. Using a free pattern, that's the critical thing, and using fabric from your stash. Sew up in the month of March and then post your pictures on Instagram on the 31st of March. So it can be a garment for yourself, it could be for a child, it could be for a man. It just needs to be a garment rather than a bag or slippers or something along those lines. So that is taking part throughout March, but there's a whole host of YouTube vloggers that have already started putting up videos of inspiration. There's 70 vloggers taking part, I think, and there are 2 vloggers each day uploading videos with lots of inspiration in terms of free videos and things. So my date is right near towards the end at the 25th of March, so I will be uploading a video that day, so do keep your eyes peeled for that one, and do check out all the other vloggers for lots of lovely inspiration. I should just say that the 2 lovely ladies that are running the challenge are Sam, who is Frugalissima, and Ruan, who are the Yorkshire Sew Girl, and they are doing a fantastic job running this challenge. There were 700 people, I think, that took part in it last year, so no doubt it's going to attract even more people this year. If there's 70 vloggers taking part in it, there's definitely going to be more YouTubers taking part, people taking part in it on Instagram. So, and there are lots of lovely prizes. I think there's 40 or so prizes as well, so definitely one to take part in. So in terms of my plans for the next week or so, I'm looking to do some more work on my collaboration project. Sorry to keep hinting about that and then not telling you any more about it, but you will find out about that in the not too distant future. And I'll definitely be trying to do some work on that one. I'm hoping to decide on the pattern that I'm going to use for my Sewyellowforendo project. I'm not sure I'll definitely get that one sewn up, but hopefully find the pattern, get it cut out, that sort of thing. That would be good. And then I think an easy project, a tried and true. I like to have one of those during the week, especially, you know, when I'm working and things. I don't always want to have something that's really, really majorly involved that really kind of tests my brain. Sometimes it's nice just to have one of those easy patterns that you've made several times before. So I think this fabric that I showed you, I got this in my secret sewing swap present, and I talked about the fact that I was going to make something for one of my sons. Now I think I'm probably going to make this for my older son. I've got the black ribbing fabric that I spoke about. I've also got the black fleece fabric that I can use in the hood. So I'm hoping I've got enough fabric to make a hoodie for him. Again, it will just be the Waves and Wild hot chocolate, you know, Old Faithful. I've got the pattern pieces already cut out. I can sew this one up in an evening if I wanted to, or over a couple of evenings depending on how much time I've got. And yeah, that one will come together really quickly. And another one that I possibly might get sewn up this week is this one for my younger son. Again, probably just a long sleeve top or a crew neck version maybe of the hot chocolate, and yeah, just get that one sewn up for him. I might not get both of those sewn up this week, but yeah, it's always nice to have an easy project on the go as well. Another thing I probably need to start thinking about is what my video content will be for Sew Frugal 22. There's lots of people coming up with some fantastic ideas, and I'm very conscious of the fact that by the time we get to my video that lots of all the patterns might have been spoken about. So I'm going to put my thinking cap on and see if I can come up with something creative for that as well. So folks, I think that's all from me today. I really hope you have a lovely week. If you did enjoy today's video, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care Happy sewing. Bye.